Alright guys, so you can see that I've made a little bit more progress today. I got my nose off, or half of my nose off the car. And I've also got the wiring harness out, or most of it. There's still some on this side I have to get out. So what's going to happen is once I get the passenger side fender off here, and everything else that needs to come out of the engine bay, is I'm going to soak it with some mean green to get all the grease off, and I'm going to power wash it. Once it's power washed, I'm then going to sandblast it with a sandblaster, spray it with some Pour 15 probably, and then paint it black, because that's what I want my engine bay to look like. Is I want it black like the old school cars, and it'll give it a cleaner look. So my bumper was already infested with bees. I already got stung today, so it was a successful day. And the car was definitely in an accident at one point in time, because the driver's side fender is not original to the car. It says made in Taiwan on it, and it's slightly black on the back side, and on the bottom they didn't paint it very well. I've also got to fix my hinges. You can see the bushings. I'm not sure if the iPhone is picking it up, but the bushings are quite worn and the door sags, so I need to replace those or come up with a better solution to holding the door onto the car. But you can also see there's some heavy rust in there that I've got to clean up, and having the fender off is going to make it a lot easier for me to do the suspension and brakes, and maybe even put the motor in the car. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to leave them off for a little while. I've also got to fix my radiator support. I showed you that in a previous video. You can see it's quite bent up and rusted. So the car was definitely in an accident at one point in its life, and I got to straighten some things out. Whoever put it back together used all the wrong bolts on this side. They were all mismatched. Didn't fit really correctly, so I've got to fix all that. And hopefully I'll have a nice little car when I'm done. So I'll show you the fender back here. Got it on the bed of my truck. And you can see it's black right there, and the rest of it's blue. Now the fender's in okay shape, but it's an aftermarket fender, and I don't tend to like aftermarket parts for body panels. You can also see the back was never painted, and it has a made in Taiwan sticker on it, so it's a cheap, crappy body panel. I don't buy anything that says made in Taiwan for body panels. I try to go OEM because they fit better. But you can see that's what I'm up against, and the back half of the car still hasn't changed much. I've got quite a bit to do, and you can actually see the door sagging right there. The body lines don't line up. I've got quite a bit to do. I got my rod bearings in, so they have to go to the machine shop. Hopefully my motor will be done soon, and we can get going on this. I'm going to go pick up a sandblaster at the end of the week and figure out how to use it and if my compressor will handle it. Got even some more heavy rust over here on the shock tower. It's not through. This is behind where the proportioning valve sits for the brakes. So you guys can see what I'm up against, and I got quite a bit of work to do on this car before it is drivable.